Does your dog have dried and cracked paw pads? Because we know as humans, when our skin splits open because we're out in the cold, because we're not taking care of our skin, because we're not wearing the proper footwear, whatever, that is incredibly painful. And that is true for dogs too. Not only is it painful when their skin splits open, but that can lead to future problems as well. So taking care of your dog's paws are incredibly important. We have videos, lots of videos on maintaining your dog's feet and good health, from grooming to clipping their nails to actually maintaining their paw pad health. But I want to talk about a paw balm that I have recently found that can help you out as well. Now, all of my dogs have suffered from dried and cracked paws, but no more than Gemma. Gemma has some severe allergies. We've talked about it in other videos before, and a lot of that leads to her chewing on her feet and being very itchy on her skin. And so she has pretty rough feet, and I want to make sure that we don't cause problems with that, and we maintain that as much as possible, especially as we're still figuring out what those allergies are and how to fix it. And so I have tried a lot of different balms for their paw pads, and this is the one that I have landed on. This is the one I'm recommending to people right now, unless I find something better in the future, which subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it if I do. But what I'm looking for when I'm going through paw pad balms is organic and natural. I want to make sure that it is lick safe, because we know that as humans, we can use lotions, we can use medical creams, but we cannot use those on dogs because they lick their feet and they cannot ingest that. We know better, they don't. And so we want to make sure we're using something that's specific to dogs. And I'm specifically looking for something that has a low scent to it, because I am highly allergic to scented things, and my dogs are actually triggered by scents as well. So I'm looking for things that are natural, that are lick safe, and that don't have much scent, because I know I'm not really going to find fragrance-free stuff. So we're just navigating what we can. And this is what I have found recently that seems to be working really well for my girls, and I'm recommending to other people. This is an organic paw balm. I'm going to link this down below because I know it's going to be hard to find this one. So I'll link it in the caption for you. And you are then able to use this on your dog's paw pads. And when you do that, you want to make sure you've got a significant amount of time for it to kind of to dry a little bit on their feet. You want it to soak in. So this is not something that you want to put on when they're going to be running around and playing or going outside or doing things. You do not necessarily want this kind of thing, any version of this kind of thing, on your furniture, on your carpet. So for me, this is going to be part of our nighttime routine. Now, if you read the directions on the back, it says apply 2 to 3 times a day. I do it once. I do it once because I do it when I have my dogs contained as part of our nighttime routine. So when we put the dogs to bed, I am washing off their tummies. Again, that's part of their skin allergies. And I am brushing their teeth. And then I am going to put their paw balm on and then put them in their crate for the night. They're contained to that space. They've got their blankets, they've got their bedding, they've got the stuff that they sleep on, and that's easy to wash if I need to. So far, this really hasn't caused any issues. I haven't seen any staining or anything, but you want to be mindful of this. So this is going to be a situation where you want them contained. And you also want to make sure that they're laying still. They're not walking around. They're not touching things. They're not brushing it off. I don't necessarily like to let them sit there and lick it. So you can also distract them. So part of the nighttime routine, if you're going to do what I do, is to wash them down. If you do that, brush their teeth, you're going to put their paw balm on and then put them in their crates or put them in their beds, put them in their space, and give them a treat to chew on. Give them like a dental chew. That way they are focused on that and not licking it off their feet. But again, it is lick safe, which I really, really like for this one. So the ingredients are organic coconut oil and candela wax and organic shea butter and organic almond oil and vitamin E. So this is all natural, it's all organic, and it's just a nice little balm that you can kind of roll up just like a deodorant stick, and you're able to then just put it right on your dog's paws. This is, I believe, the biggest size. I got the biggest size. There's a medium size, but then in order to try this, I also got the trial size, which is way expensive for the size that you get. But if you're just going to test it out, or if you don't have space while you're traveling, this might be a good one to bring. The nice thing about these is it's not just for their paw pads. You can use it on their noses as well if their noses start to get dried off. So I kind of like the idea of having one for their feet, because feet are a little bit on the dirty side, and one for their nose that you can just put over that little bridge of their nose where it starts to dry out. It just comes in a little chapstick thing. So it is good for trying it. It is not cost effective compared to the rest of it, but if you're just going to try it out, you can do that, or you can have this for travel, or you can have this for specifically doing their nose. I actually might get another one of these because for my trial for my 2 dogs, I went through this very, very quickly on their paw pads. But you have the ability to, get this for travel or for their noses. I might buy another one just for their noses to kind of, when those start to dry out in the winter months, usually it's not an issue. But if it dries out in the winter months, we want to make sure that we're maintaining that. And this is going to be really good for that nighttime routine. So I put this on once a day. It has done really, really well. You typically start to see results immediately. So like when I check it the next day, it is significantly better than it was the night before. I have not put it on every single night because we've had incredibly rainy days. And so I would get them back inside after their last trip outside and they'd be all wet and not ready for it, or we were doing other things and we needed to, put them to bed. There were some circumstances where I haven't done every single day, but when I have done it every single day, it's significant improvement. So I do recommend doing this every single day, once a day. It says 2 to 3 times a day. You're going to go through a lot of it that way, but whatever you need to do, I like once a day. And you're just going to make sure you put it on all their paw pads. This is not like swipe and done. You're going to want to brush the hair back. You're going to want to get in because we know their paw pads are rounded. They're not flat. It's not like just running it over your hand. So you actually have to get in underneath the fur and around the edges. So if you just put it on the front part of their paw pads, that will get all nice and soft, but it'll be rough and cracked on the inside. So you actually have to get down in there and make sure that you are actively getting all the sections of the paw pads, which also means you need to be maintaining your dog's paw health. So you need to be trimming back their fur. We have videos on this here on the channel, and clipping their nails so you can get into the paw pads to take care of those. And of course, if you need to up it from 1 time a day to multiple times a day, do that. Just make sure you have a situation where you can kind of settle them for a while so that it can soak in and not cause any problems in your house. Because it is all organic-y stuff and none of that stuff is extremely scented, this is a low scent, so I am not allergic to this one. This hasn't made anybody allergic at this point, so this is really good. Some of the other ones, again, were on the scented side. It was kind of like eucalyptus-y, which I'm very allergic to, but maybe you'll like it. So there are options out there, but this is the one that was lick safe. This is the one that made the most sense. This is the one that works really well for us. So this is what I'm recommending to people right now because it has the boxes checked. It's lick safe, it's organic, it's low scent, it's working well and it's doing well for us. So there's 3 different sizes that you can get. I'll link them down below so you can grab them. You get it really quickly. They're very good about sending things out very quickly to us. And then I don't know how long this one's going to last because I just got this one. You can see I haven't even tried this one yet. I was still finishing up my trial there, but very, very good. I do recommend this. I do recommend getting the larger size because it's going to be more bang for your buck. And it should last a pretty long time. I have had other ones that I've used that are this size and I still have not gone through it. So the ones I was testing before this also, works, but not necessarily as well as this one. And so that lasted a lot longer. This is going to last me a while for 2 dogs as I'm doing this with their paws. So take that as you will. I will keep you updated if I find other things that are working or are working better. I will link this one for you down below and let me know what other struggles you have with your dog. We're dropping daily videos to help you navigate pet parent life to make sure that you and your dog are living the best lives possible and the healthiest lives that you possibly can. So if you've got things that you want to talk about, I am here to get those questions answered, and I have the experts if I don't have the answers to it. So we can get you answers even if I'm not the one to be able to give you those answers. And let me know if there are other products that I should be reviewing for you as well. We've got all sorts of things from dog enrichment to toys to food to treats to allergies to their paw issues. We've got it all for you here. So we'll see you in the upcoming episodes as we continue to help you live your best dog parent life.